Today in history, October 19th, 1781, Lord Charles Cornwallis surrendered his troops at Yorktown in Virginia to George Washington and the American forces. This was after the Americans, coming from both the north and the south, and the French, coming from the coast, had trapped the British, forcing them to surrender. This came as a shock to the entire world, as the Americans were never expected to defeat the British forces, who, for the first part of the war, mainly thanks to commanders like William Howe, had dominated the fighting. The Americans had been in retreat, running around with their tail between their legs until the Battle of Saratoga, a huge turning point, started to accelerate trends. American forces in the north under George Washington had become more well-equipped, and the French and Spanish had joined in order to undermine the British. And now they had succeeded, helping Washington defeat the British army. Despite Washington's success, Cornwallis, hating the Americans and their rebellion, refused to even meet with Washington or surrender to him properly. But Washington stood tall, both literally and metaphorically, having become the most accomplished officer in American history up to that point, and perhaps ever since. The fighting had ended, and the Treaty of Paris 2 years later would officially put the war in the history books.